Hello, I'm Jessica. Let me sit down. I'm gonna try to show you how I made these bunny earrings. I've made them in a few sizes. I'm gonna be doing the bigger one so that you can see what I'm doing better. But I've also made a little itty bitty baby one. Now, what we're gonna need: 2 long pearls, like big rice ones or small rice ones, depending on the size, a head, a body, and a tail. Excuse me. And if you want, you can add a rondelle, rhinestone rondelle for the collar. Like, just adds a little something, but you can go without. Now, for the big one, I used 20 gauge wire. And for the earring, I used 22 gauge wire. And for the tiny one, I believe I used 24 gauge wire. We're going to be working with the 20 gauge wire so that hopefully you can see better. Okay, where's my straightener? And you want to straighten a section of wire. Now I'm going to measure out, I think, 7 3/4 of inches. 7 inches and 3/4. Cut that off. You want to make sure that there's no pointy ends to cut yourself on. There is, just snip a little off using the flat side. Now, you want to take your wire and your tail. Put the tail on the wire and find about the middle. Now you want to bend the wire like this, and then I'm crossing them over so I can get them in, try to line it up in the middle so the bead's in the middle. There we go. And it should look like that. Now I'm going to take my angled needle nose pliers or bent chain nose, whatever you want to call them. Now I'm going to find the center and I'm going to bend straight up. Find the center, bend it straight up. And you should have something that looks like this. Excuse me. Okay. Now you want to grip where they meet, and you want to bend your tail up some. thread on the body. See how the tail sits like that? Thread on the head. Whoops. Oops, I forgot the rondelle. If you want to add the rondelle, now's the time to do it. I don't know if this one will work or not. Let's see. We'll experiment as we go. That's what beading's all about, experimentation to, you know, get some inspiration. Now there's his collar and his head. Now, thread the rice pearls, one on each wire, and it should look something like this. Now slightly bend the wires so that the ears sit down close to the head. If you have it too close together, they won't sit down. So you want to make sure you spread them a little bit, enough for the ears to actually be touching the head. Now, to decide, like for the earrings, I made the loop on one side of the bunny and on the other pair the other side of the bunny, so that when you're wearing them, you want this side closest to your neck. So each one would be like that if I were to wear them, so that, whoops, that's the wrong way, so that the free edge is facing out. And let's see, I will try with my loop first, because if I mess it up, I can always trim it and close it and then try the loop on the other side. You want to go up a little bit, bend towards you, change the position of your pliers, round nose pliers, and go over. Now move the pliers so that you're now on the bottom one. Whoops, the ear fell off, that's okay. Now we're going to take our bent chain nose, guide that. You can use another pair to guide that around, but I'm going to use my hands to start it. I am going to try to wrap 3 times until I hit the ear. Tighten that up some. You're satisfied? Oh, I don't like how far apart they're spread there. Can tighten it up. My hands weren't shaking so bad. There we go. Trim that off. Blush side facing the base, so it's nice and flat and not a pokey. Now you want to tuck that down so it's not sticking out to poke anything. There we go. Now take your other ear and trim it down. Oh, I don't know what that would be. Between 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Trim that off. Now get my round nose pliers. And you want to curl that end. Make sure you tuck it in so there's no pokey. Don't want to snag on anything. And there you go. Now if this was smaller, I'd put it on the ear wire. See where the end of the loop is? Take your pliers, bend it up a little. Make sure the bunny is face down if you want it to show that it ends up the right way. Excuse me. Put it back, and there you go. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask, and I will try to answer anything I can. I hope you make this and enjoy it. Thank you.